My name is Kai, and this is my tutorial on how to play Rocky Trail by the Kings of Convenience, Part 2. Now, a quick disclaimer, the same disclaimer as in the first part. I find it a bit confusing when working with the capo to get certain open strings, but then having to recount my frets when playing in the upper register, so I decided to name the frets as if there was no capo. So just play all the second frets as open strings when reading along with the tabs. All the open strings mentioned are actually on the second fret. Okay, so let's go. So Erlend is playing the same chords: A flat minor 7, D flat 7 sus, G flat major 7 and E flat minor 9, just like Eirik, but with some additional colors in his voicings. Over the A flat minor 7, he's playing A flat minor 9, but you can also think of it as an E flat minor triad, like this. And for the D flat sus, he adds his pinky to the 9th fret of the E string for a D flat 9 sus with the 9 on the G string. So you have this one. Alright. Then we play an E flat sus 2, which is actually adding a 13 right here to the G flat major 7 chord. And for the E flat minor 9, we can again think of it as an E flat chord. This time we play an E flat sus 4, which is just adding an 11th to the E flat minor chord. Now let's talk about your right hand really quick. Basically just keep playing 8th notes on your G, B and E string in ascending order while restarting your pattern on the first beat of every chord change, like this. Okay, now from the top. So, as for the B part, there are 2 open chords you need to play over the 4-chord progression, which is a beautiful way to tie these chords together. So place your 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the G string and your 2nd finger on the 8th fret of the G string, and you have additional 2 open strings, the B and E string. For the 2nd chord, you place your 1st finger on the 8th fret of the D string. My choice is the 4th finger on the 10th fret of the G string. Using this fingering will help you create a smooth transition between the 2 chords. So for your right hand, rhythmically we play a dotted quarter note rhythm. We start with 2 quarter notes on your D string and B string, and then alternating between our right hand thumb and index or middle finger. Playing an 8th note with your thumb, followed by a quarter note with your finger. And then repeat this process with your 2nd chord. Note, you can easily play this with your fingers in fixed positions if you like, just keeping your thumb on the D string and all the other fingers in order, so you can play. Okay, so the B part from the top. Now, the following instrumental part is almost identical to the B part. Simply add your 1st finger to the 6th fret of the E string every second time the E string is played, like this. This only applies to the first chord of the B part, the second chord just stays untouched, but is shortened because of the last two bars. We get ready to come back to the A part with the same pattern as the A part. But we play a little different of a chord, so we're still sort of in like E flat here. So we play the 8th fret on the D string with our 3rd finger, 6th fret on the G string with our 1st finger, and the 9th fret on the B string with our 4th finger. And in the end, we slide up with our 3rd finger to the 9th fret, and then we simply play the open B string. Like this. And the B2 part from the top. The C part again has the same rhythmic structure as the A part. We're simply playing different notes. Place your 1st and 2nd finger on the 10th fret of the G string and 11th fret of the D string respectively. And in addition, we have the open B string as well. Following this pattern, move up to the 11th fret on the G string and 13th fret on the D string for the next chord. And from there, you have to do a little bit of a leap to the 15th fret on the D string. Now for the last chord, the G flat major 7, we move down to the 8th fret on the D string and 10th on the G string. Voila! And from the top. Now you may have noticed the ending of the C part, which is just the open E string in addition to what you just usually play with the C part. So when you come down to the 8th and 10th fret, simply play ascending strings and let Eirik do the rest. So the next A part is pretty straightforward, so I'm just going to show you the voicings for the chords. So over the A flat minor 7, you simply play a normal A flat minor 7 over the first chord, and you add the 9th for the D flat 7 sus, which is the 13 of the D flat. Then you move up 2 frets, stretch your 4th finger 1 fret further for the G flat, and for the E flat minor simply play the 6th fret on the B string together with the open E string. For the outro, Erlend is playing this beautiful melody on top of a rhythmical muted comping, both stretching over 16 bars instead of the usual 8, so let's start with the comping. This part consists of thirds and fourths on the B string and G string only, both starting on the 11th fret with your 4th and 3rd finger, and alternating with the 9th and 10th fret with your 1st and 2nd finger respectively. 1, 2, 3, 4. So rhythmically you just play 8th notes on the 1 and short quarter notes on the 2nd and 3rd beat. And then every second bar you syncopate the first beat. So together, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we move up to the 14th and 13th fret with the B and G string, alternating to the 11th fret on both strings. Now, when the chord changes repeat and we go back to the A flat minor for the second half, we start on the 12th and 13th fret on the B and G string and alternate to the 11th fret as well. Then again, we move to the 14th and 13th fret, alternating to the 11th. This leads to the turnaround for the last two bars, playing thirds diatonically downwards like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you come to the end, you just simply play the 6th fret and 4th fret on the G and B string and the open E string. So now, as for the melody, hit your open B string and hammer on the 4th and 6th fret, repeat for the E string, and play the 6th fret on the E string one last time after the hammer on. All of that in 8th notes, starting on the first offbeat. Oh, and remember, it's a pickup bar. So, for 1. The third time you play this melody, slide up to the 9th fret. On the E string, instead of playing the 6th fret again. Starting on the third offbeat from here on out, play the 9th fret. On the high E string, slide down to the 6th fret and do a hammer on the 7th fret. And you best use your first or second finger so you can do the hammer on later on. So 1, 2, 3. And the third time you play this motif, play the 7th fret, do a pull off to the 4th fret, and slide up to the 6th fret. This time using your 4th finger and 1st finger. And there you have it. Erlend's part for how to play Rocky Trail. If you had any problems following the tutorial, or you maybe found my handling of the capo confusing, please let me know. I'm always interested in these kind of things. If you want tabs for the tutorial, you can send me a message via my website or Instagram. Links are in the description down below. And if you haven't watched part 1 of how to play Rocky Trail, Eirik's part, you can follow the links in the description or they pop up somewhere on this video. So I wish you loads of fun playing the Kings of Convenience, and until next time, bye.